तो अभी तक हमने जो पढ़ा था उसमें जो तीन कश्यप ब्रदर्स हैं, उरुवेला कश्यप, नदी कश्यप और गया कश्यप, उनको भगवान बुद्ध ने अपनी सिद्धि दिखाकर सही रास्ते पर ले आए हैं। और अ, वो लोग भी अष्टांगिक मार्ग को फॉलो करने लगे हैं। अतिखो भगवा उरुवेलायं यथा विरन्तं विहृत्वा येन गयासि सं तेन पक्कामि महता भिक्खुसङ्घेन सद्धिं भिक्खुसहस्रेण सव्येहेव पुराणजटिलेहि तत्र सुदं भगवा गयायं विहरति गयासि से सद्धिं भिक्खुसहस्रेण तत्र को भगवा भिक्खुवामन्तेषि सवं भिक्खवे आदितं किंच भिक्खवे सवं आदितं चक्षु आदितं रूपा आदिता चक्षु विज्ञानं आदितं चक्षु संफस्सो आदितो यमिदं चक्षु संफस्य पच्चया उपज्यति वेदयितं सुखं वा दुःखं वा अदुःखं असुखं वा तम्पि आदितं केन आदितं रागज्ञिना दोषज्ञिना मोहाज्ञिना आदितं जातिया जराय मरणेन शोके हि परिदेवे हि दुःखे हि दोमनस्ये हि उपायासे हि आदित्यन्ति वदामि सोतं आदितं श्रद्धा आदिता सोतविज्ञानं आदितं सोत संफस्सो आदितो यमिदं सोत संफस्य पच्चया उपज्यति वेदयितं सुखं वा दुःखं वा आदुःखम् असुखं वा तम्पि आदितं केन आदितं रागज्ञिना दोषज्ञिना मोहज्ञिना आदितं जात्या जराय मरणेन शोके हि परिदेवे हि दुःखे हि दोमनस्ये हि उपायासे हि आदित्यन्ति वदामि घानङ्गादित्तं गन्धा आदित्ता घानविज्ञानं आदित्तं घानसंपस्सो आदित्तो यमिदं घानसंपस्य पच्चया उपज्यति वेदयितं सुखं वा दुःखं वा अदुःखम् असुखं वा तम्पि आदितं केन आदितं रागज्ञिना दोषज्ञिना मोहज्ञिना आदितं जात्या जराय मरणेन शोके हि परिदेवे हि दुःखे हि दोमनस्ये हि उपायासे हि आदित्यन्ति वदामि जिह्वा आदित्ता रसा आदित्ता जिह्वा विज्ञानम् आदित्यं जिह्वा संपस्सो आदित्तो यमिदं जिह्वा संपस्य पच्चया उपज्यति वेदयितं सुखं वा दुःखं वा अदुःखमसुखं वा तम्पि आदितं केन आदितं रागज्ञिना दोषज्ञिना मोहज्ञिना आदितं जात्या जराय मरणेन शोके हि परिदेवे हि दुःखे हि दोमनस्ये हि उपायासे हि आदित्यन्ति वदामि कायो आदित्यो फोटपा आदित्ता काय विज्ञानं आदित्यं काय संफस्सो आदित्यो यमिदं काय संफस्य पच्चया उपज्यति वेदयितं सुखं वा दुःखं वा अदुःखमसुखं वा तप्पि आदित्यं केन आदितं रागज्ञिना दोषज्ञिना मोहज्ञिना आदितं जात्या जराय मरणेन शोके हि परिदेवे हि दुःखे हि दोमनस्ये हि उपायासे हि आदित्यन्ति वदामि मनो आदित्यो धम्मा आदित्ता मनो विज्ञानं आदितं मनो संपस्सु आदित्यो यमिदं मनो संपस्य पच्चया उपज्यति वेदयितं सुखं वा दुःखं वा अदुःखम् असुखं वा तम्पि आदितं केन आदितं रागज्ञिना दोषज्ञिना मोहज्ञिना आदितं जात्या जराय मरणेन शोके हि परिदेवे हि दुःखे हि दोमनस्ये हि उपायासे हि आदित्यन्ति वदामि एवं पश्यन् भिक्खवे श्रुत्वा अर्यशावको चक्षुस्मिन् अपि निब्बिन्दति रूपेषु अपि निब्बिन्दति चक्षुविज्ञानेऽपि निब्बिन्दति चक्षुसम्पस्सेऽपि निब्बिन्दति यमिदं चक्षुसम्पस्य पच्चया उपज्यति वेदयितं सुखं वा दुःखं वा अदुःखं वा सुखं वा तस्मिन् अपि निब्बिन्दति सोतम् अस्मिन् सोतस्मिन् अपि निब्बिन्दति सद्देशोऽपि निब्बिन्दति पे घानस्मिन् अपि निब्बिन्दति गन्धेषुऽपि निब्बिन्दति पे जिह्वायपि निब्बिन्दति रसेषुऽपि निब्बिन्दति पे कायस्मिन् अपि निब्बिन्दति फोटब्बेषुऽपि निब्बिन्दति पे मनस्मिन् अपि निब्बिन्दति धम्मेषुपि निब्बिन्दति मनोविज्ञानेऽपि निब्बिन्दति मनोसंपस्सेऽपि निब्बिन्दति यमिदं मनोसंपस्य पच्चया उपज्यति वेदितं सुखं वा दुःखं वा अदुःखम् असुखं वा तस्मिन् अपि निब्बिन्दति निब्बिद्धं विरच्यति विरागा विमुच्यति विमुक्तस्मिन् विमुक्तस्मिन् इति यानं होति क्षीणा जाति भूषितं ब्रह्मचर्यं कथं करणीयं न परम् इत्थताया याति पजानातीति इमस्मिन् च पन्वैयाकरणस्मिन् भीयमाने तस्य भिक्खु सहस्र अनुपादाय आसवे हि चित्तानि विविञ्चिन्सु आदित्यपर्याय सुत्तं निठितं उरुवेल पाटिहार्यं ततीय भाणवारो निठितो। दीपक जी आप इंग्लिश पढ़ देंगे? वुड यू लाइक?
Okay. After staying at Urvela for as long as he liked, the Buddha went to Gayasis together with a large sangha of 1000 monks and
दीपक जी
all.
आपकी आवाज कम आ रही है क्या? मुझे सबको आ रही है क्या?
It's okay. I think it's a issue of earphones, maybe. But maybe Deepak, you can chime up a little.
Okay. After staying at Uruvela for as long as he liked, the Buddha went to Gaya Seas together with a large sangha of 1000 monks, all of them previously dreadlocked ascetics. And they stayed there. Then the Buddha addressed the monks. Everything is burning. What is that everything that is burning? The eye is burning, sights are burning, eye consciousness is burning, eye contact is burning, whatever old age and death, whatever mm, burning with old age and death, burning with grief, sorrow, pain, aversion, and distress, I say. The ear is burning, sounds are burning, ear consciousness is burning, eye contact is burning, whatever feeling arises because of ear contact, whether pleasant, painful, or neither pleasant nor painful, that too is burning. Burning with what? Burning with the fire of sensual desire, the fire of ill will, the fire of confusion, the burning with birth, old age, and death, burning with grief, sorrow, pain, aversion, and distress, I say. The nose is burning, smells are burning, nose consciousness is burning, nose contact is burning, whatever feeling arises because of nose contact, whether pleasant, painful, or neither pleasant nor painful, that too is burning. Burning with what? Burning with the fire of sensual desire, the fire of ill will, the fire of confusion, burning with birth, old age, and death, burning with grief, sorrow, pain, aversion, and distress, I say. The tongue is burning, tastes are burning, tongue consciousness is burning, tongue contact is burning. Whatever feeling arises because of contact, whether pleasant, painful, neither pleasant nor painful, that too is burning. Burning with what? Burning with the fire of sensual desire, the fire of ill will, the fire of confusion, burning with birth, old age, and death, burning with grief, sorrow, pain, aversion, and distress, I say. The body is burning, touches are burning, body consciousness is burning, body contact is burning, whatever feeling arises because of body contact, whether pleasant, painful, or neither pleasant nor painful, that too is burning. Burning with what? Burning with the fire of sensual desire, the fire of ill will, and the fire of confusion, burning with birth, old age, and death, burning with grief, sorrow, pain, aversion, and distress, I say. The mind is burning, mental phenomena are burning, the mind consciousness is burning, mind contact is burning. Whatever feeling arises because of mind contact, whether pleasant, painful, or neither pleasant nor painful, that too is burning. Burning with what? Burning with the fire of sensual desire, the fire of ill will, the fire of confusion, burning with birth, old age, and death, burning with grief, sorrow, pain, aversion, and distress, I say. When they see this, the learned noble disciple is repelled by the eye, repelled by sights, repelled by eye consciousness, repelled by eye contact, repelled by whatever pleasant, painful, or neither pleasant nor painful feeling that arise because of eye contact. They are repelled by the ear, repelled by the sounds, repelled by the ear consciousness, repelled by the nose conscious, by the nose contact, uh, sorry, repelled by the ear, repelled by the sounds, repelled by the ear consciousness, repelled by the ear contact, and repelled by whatever pleasant, painful, or neither pleasant nor painful feelings that arise because of ear contact. They repelled by the nose, repelled by the smell, repelled by the nose consciousness, repelled by the nose contact, and repelled by whatever pleasant, painful, or neither pleasant nor painful feelings that arise because of nose contact. They repelled by the tongue, repelled by the taste, repelled by the tongue consciousness, repelled by the tongue contact, and they repelled by whatever pleasant, painful, or neither pleasant nor painful feeling that arise because of tongue contact. They repelled by the body, repelled by the touches, repelled by the body consciousness, repelled by the body contact. They repelled by whatever pleasant, painful, or neither pleasant nor painful feeling that arise because of body contact. They are repelled by the mind, they are repelled by the mental phenomena, or repelled by the mind consciousness, repelled by the mind contact, and repelled by whatever pleasant, painful, or neither pleasant nor painful feeling that arise because of mind contact. Being repelled, they become desireless. Because they are desireless, they are freed. When they are freed, they know they are freed. They understand that the birth has come to an end, that the spiritual life has been fulfilled, that the job has been done, and that there is no further state of existence. And while this exposition was being spoken, the mind of those 1000 monks were freed from the corruption through letting go. The discourse of burning is finished. The third section for recitation on the wonders at Uruvela is finished.
मेरे थोड़ा इसमें इशू आ रहा है ईयरफोन में, तो राजेंद्र जी, आप पाली पढ़ देंगे क्या? आर यू अवेलेबल? इज योर हेल्थ ओके?
Okay.
या मैं शेयर कर देता
So basically this was the very important जो हम सूत्र पढ़ते हैं ना, आदित्य पर्याय, so we can see the context and the situation where the sutta occurs. In fact, पिछले हफ्ते हमारी बात हुई थी ना कि जो साइकिक पावर्स का यूज है. इनफैक्ट मुझे दो और सूत्र मिले हैं जहाँ पे कि द बुद्धा एक्चुअली टेक्स द एग्जैक्टली द ऑपोजिट पोजीशन, कि वास्तव में वो उस कॉन्टेक्स्ट में साइकिक पावर यूज़ नहीं करते हैं, और जो भी उनको एक्सॉर्ट कर रहे हैं कि भाई आप कोई कोई चमत्कार दिखाइए, ही एक्चुअली स्कोल्ड्स दैट पर्सन। तो आई एम ओनली मेंशनिंग दैट ताकि हमें ये ख्याल रहे कि ये चीज़ें कॉन्टेक्चुअल हैं। इनफैक्ट जनरली स्पीकिंग जो विनय है उसमें तो इनफैक्ट एक रूल है कि monks शुड नॉट डेमोन्स्ट्रेट साइकिक पावर्स, और वो आएगा इसी प्रकरण में, आगे आएगा वो इंसिडेंट जब वो रूल वो बनाएंगे। सो जस्ट टू पुट लास्ट वीक्स कॉन्वर्सेशन इन कॉन्टेक्स्ट।
Thank you. बिंबसार समागम कथा। अथ खो भगवा गायसी से यथाभिरन्तं विहृत्वा येन राजगहं तेन चरिकं पक्कामि महता भिक्षु संघेन संधिं भिक्षु सहस्रेण सभ्येव पुराण जटिले हि। अथ खो भगवा अथ खो अथ खो भगवा गयासी से यथाभिरन्तं विहृत्वा येन राजगहं तेन चारिकं पक्कामि महता भिक्षु संघेन सद्धिं भिक्षु सहस्रेण सभ्येहेव पुराण जटिले हि। अथ खो भगवा अनुपुब्बेन चारिकं शर्मानो येन राजगहं तद्वसरि तत्र सुदं भगवा राजगहे विहरति लट्ठिवने स्वपतिष्ठे चेतीय अस्सोऽसिखो राजा मागधो सेनियो बिम्बसारो समणो खलु भोगोत्तमो सख्यपुत्रो सख्यकुला पब्बजितो राजगहं अनुपत्तो राजगहे विहरति लट्ठिवने सुपतिष्ठे चेतीये। ऊपर ले जाइए, कैन यू टेक अप। टंकोपन भगवन्तं गौतमं एवं कल्याणो कीर्तिसद्दो अभुगतो इति पिसो भगवा अरहं सम्मा सम्बुद्धो विद्याचरण संपन्नो सुगतो लोकविदु अनुत्तरो पुरुष धम्म सारथि सत्ता देव मनुस्सानं बुद्धो भगवा सो इमं लोकं सदेवकं समारकं स ब्रह्मकं स समण ब्रह्माणिं पयं सदेव मनुस्सं संग विन्यासच्चिकित्वा पवेदेति सो धम्मं देशेसि आदि कल्याणं मध्ये कल्याणं परियोसान कल्याणं सार्थं सम्यञ्जनं केवल परिपूर्णं परिशुद्धं ब्रह्मचर्यं प्रकाशेति साधुको घन तथा रूपानं अरतं दर्शने होतिति। अथ को राजा मागधो सेनियो बिंबसारो द्वादशनुहते ही मागधिके ही ब्राह्मण गहपतिके ही परिभूतो येन भगवा तेन सु उपसंकमित्वा भगवन्तं अभिवादित्वा एकमन्तं निषिधि तेऽपि खो द्वादशनुहता मागधिका ब्राह्मण गहपतिका अपकच्चे भगवन्तं अभिवादित्वा एकमन्तं निषिधुस्सुं अपकेचि भगवता सिद्धि सद्धिं सम्मोदिसुं सम्मोदनीयं कथं सारणीयं विधिसारित्वा एकमन्तं निषिधिसुं अपकैश्चे येन भगवा तेनञ्जलिं प्रणमेत्वा एकमन्तं निषिधिसुं अपैकचे भगवतो सन्तिके नाम गोत्तं सावित्वा एकमन्तं निषिद्धिंसु अपैकचे तुणहि भूता एकमन्तं निषिद्धिंसु।
बस इंद्र जी
अथ
यहाँ
को
रुक जाइए, क्योंकि बहुत लंबा प्रकरण है ना, तो अभी लोग
हाँ
पहुंच
हाँ,
गए हैं।
ठीक
अब
है ठीक
इतना
है
हम इंग्लिश करते हैं, फिर देखेंगे चर्चा क्या होती है ना।
ठीक है ठीक है।
तो एक्चुअली इट्स वेरी लॉन्ग, तो फिर याद नहीं रहेगा हमें।
After staying at Gayasis for as long as he liked, the Buddha set out wandering towards Rajgah with a large sangha of 1000 monks, all of them previously dreadlocked ascetics. When he eventually arrived, He stayed in the cane grove at Suttapitha shrine. King Sneya Bhimsara of Magda was told, Sir, the ascetic Gautama, the Sakyan, who has gone forth from the Sakyan clan, has arrived at Rajgarh and is staying in the cane grove at Supitha shrine. That good Gautama has a fine reputation. He is a Buddha, the perfected and fully awakened, complete in insight and conduct, happy, knower of the world, supreme leader of trainable people, teacher of gods and humans, awakened, a Buddha. With his own insight, he has seen the world with its gods, its lord of death, and its supreme beings, this society with its monastics and Brahmins, its gods and humans, and he makes it known to others. He has a teaching that's good in the beginning, good in the middle, and good in the end. It has a true goal and is well articulated. He sets out a perfectly complete and pure spiritual life. It's good to see such perfected ones. Then, accompanied by 120,000 Brahmin householders from Magda, King Bhimsara went to Buddha, bowed down, and sat down. Among those Brahmins, some bowed to the Buddha and then sat down. Some exchanged pleasantries with him and then sat down. Some raised their joint palms and then sat down. Some announced their name and family and then sat down. And some sat down in silence. They thought, I think यहाँ से पाली
हाँ जी, हाँ जी, हाँ राजेंद्र जी यहाँ से ले लें।
जी
सो बेसिकली दे आर नाउ ऑल सिटिंग विद द बुद्ध। ये
Correct.
पहली बार एनलाइटनमेंट अपने अवेकनिंग के बाद ये किसी एक ले ऑडियंस को अब एड्रेस करेंगे। सो इट्स वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग थिंग व्हाट हैपेंस नाउ।
So, what is this number, Bante ji? 120,000 Brahmins?
1,20,000।
हाँ, ये तो निखिल कई बार जैसे बताया गया है ना दैट ये जो जब हम नंबर्स यहाँ देखते हैं ना हमें उसको लिटरली नहीं लेना है। जैसे हम कई बार बातें करते हैं, हम कहते हैं ना अरे यार वो हजारों किलोमीटर दूर था, या मेरे पे 100 किलो का बोझ आ गया। सो इट्स लिटिल बिट लाइक दैट। इस तरह से जो स्कॉलर्स हैं वो ऐसे बताते हैं दैट वी हैव टू टेक दीज नॉट एज लिटरली, बट के बहुत बड़ी मात्रा थी, बहुत बड़ी संख्या थी। इस तरह से
हाँ,
नंबर को
ओके,
समझना।
बिकॉज इसका ट्रांसलेशन भी नहीं पता चल रहा है। द्वादश तो 12 हो गया, द्वादश सन होते ही आई डोंट नो ये इसको ही ट्रांसलेट कर दिया है। एग्जैक्टली व्हाट इज द मीनिंग?
ट्रांसलेशन तो एक्चुअली एग्जैक्ट है, दैट इज द वेरी मच द प्रॉब्लम कि जब हम उसको एग्जैक्ट वैसे ही देखते हैं तो फिर हमें लगता है अरे क्या हो रहा है, बट बेसिकली इट हैज टू बी सीन एज अ मेटाफर।
ओके
आई
ओके,
मीन आई एम नॉट श्योर
इसमें
ऑफ द
वेरिएंट में
पाली ऑफ
लिखा
इट,
है
बट
या
वो ट्रांसलेशन एग्जैक्टली वही है जो पाली में लिखा है। सो पाली में एग्जैक्टली 120,000 ही लिखा है,
जी बंटी जी,
बट इट
इसमें
डजंट मीन लाइक इफ यू
वेरिएंट में भी लिखा है योजना। जी बंटी जी,
नो दैट्स ऑल राइट। आई एम सेइंग इट डजंट मीन कि अगर आप गिनने लगोगे तो आपको एग्जैक्टली उतने बंदे मिलेंगे। इट डजंट नेसेसरीली मीन दैट। इट जस्ट मीन्स के भारी मात्रा में लोग थे।
जी, थैंक यू, थैंक यू।
कहाँ से पढ़ना है?
इधर से
हो सका।
अतको ते संग द्वादशनुहतानं मागधिकानं ब्राह्मण गहपति कानं एतद होसे किं नु खो महासमणो उर्वेलकस्सपे ब्रह्मचर्यं चरति उदाहु उर्वेलकस्सपो महासमणे ब्रह्मचर्यं चरति ते अथ को भगवते सं द्वादश नुहातानु मागधिकानं ब्राह्मण घपतिकानं चेतसा चेतो परिवित्तक मन्याय आयस्मनं उर्वेलकस्सपं गाथाय अज्यभासि किमेव दिस्वा उर्वेलवासी पहासी अग्निं किसको वदानो पच्छामि तं कत्सप एतमत्थं पढ़ लीजिए कत्तं पहिनं तव अग्निहुत्तन्ते रूपे च सद्दे च अथो रसे च कामिथ्यो चाभिवदन्ति यज्ञा एतं मलन्ति उपधीसु अत्वा तस्मान यिट्ठे न हुते अरण्यजन्ते एथेव ते मनो नरमित्थ कस्सपाति भगवा रूपेषु सद्देषु अथो रसेषु अथ को चर्हि देवमनुष्य लोके रतो मनो कस्सप ब्रूहि मेतनति दिस्वा पदं संत मनुपथिकं पदिकं अकिंचनं काम भवे असत्तं अन्यत् अन्यथा भाविमन्येयं तस्मान् यिट्ठे न हुते अरण्यजन्ते अथ को वायस्मा उर्वेलकस्सपो उत्थायसना एकं सं उत्तरासङ्गं करित्वा भगवतोपादेषु शिरसा निपित्त्वा भगवन्तं एतदवोच सत्था मे भन्ते भगवा सावकोऽहम् अस्मिन् सत्था मे भन्ते भगवा साहकोऽस्मीति अथ को ते सं द्वादशन्हुतानं मागधिकानं ब्राह्मणगपतिकानं एतदहोसि उर्वेलकस्सपो महासमणे ब्रह्मचर्यं चरतीति अथ को भगवा ते सं द्वादशन्हुतानं मागधिकानं ब्राह्मणगपतिकानं चेतसा चेतो परिवित्तक मन्याय अनुपुब्बिं कत्थं कत्थेषु सेयतीदं दान कथं शील कथं सग्ग कथं कामानं आदिनवं ओकारं संकिलेशं नेखं मे आनिसंसं प्रकाशेसि ऊपर ले जा यदा ते भगवा अन्यासि कल्लचित्ते मुदुचित्ते विनिवर्णचित्ते उदग्गचित्ते प्रसन्नचित्ते अथया बुद्धानं सामुक्कं सिक्का सिका धम्मदेशनातं प्रकाशेसि दुःखं समुदयं निरोधं मग्गं सेयत्थापि नाम शुद्धं वत्थं अपगतकार्यकं सम्मदेवरजनं पटिगणहाय एवमेव एकादशनुहुतानं मागधिकानं ब्राह्मणगपतिकानं बिम्बसार प्रमुखानं तस्मिन्येव आसने विरजं वीतमलं धम्मचक्षुं उदपादि यंकिंचि समदे धम्मं सब्बं तं निरोध धम्मं ते एकनुहुतं उपासकत्तं पटिवेदेसि अथ को राजा मागधोसेनियो बिम्बसारो दिट्ठ धम्मो पत्त धम्मो विदित धम्मो परियोगाढ़ धम्मो तिण विच्छको किच्छो विगत कथं कथो वेसारज्य पत्तो अप्रपचयो सतुशासने भगवन्तं एतदवोच उब्बे में
we can
यहाँ तक
हाँ क्योंकि अब वो they have all become stream enterers है ना तो वो हम देख लेते हैं
They thought, they thought, is the great ascetic practicing the spiritual life under Uruvela Kassapa, or is Uruvela Kassapa practicing the spiritual life under the great ascetic. Reading their minds, the Buddha spoke to Venerable Uruvela Kasapa in the verse.
आवाज नहीं आ रही है, थोड़ा ऊंचे पड़ेंगे.
Okay. Just a sec.
You just need to be loud, Deepak, that's all. Because many people are not using earphones, no? वो दिक्कत होती है.
They thought, is it audible better?
Yes, thank you.
They thought, is the great ascetic practicing the spiritual life under Uruvela Kasapa? Or is Uruvela Kasapa practicing the spiritual life under the great ascetic? Reading their minds, the Buddha spoke to Venerable Uruvela Kasapa in the verse. The resident of Uruvela, known as the amicated one, what did he see that he abandoned the fire? Kasapa, I ask you this. Why did you abandon the fire worship? As a reward for the sacrifice, they promise sense pleasures, sights, sounds, and taste, and women too. But knowing the stain of ownership, I found no delight in worship and sacrifice. So your mind didn't delight there, in sights, sounds, and in taste too. What then in the world of gods and humans does your mind delight in? Tell me this, Kasapa. I saw the state of peace that is detached from sense existence, where there is nothing and no ownership. It doesn't change and can't be found through another. That's why I found no delight in worship and sacrifice. Uruvela Kasapa got up from his seat, arranged his upper robe over one shoulder, bowed down with his head at Buddha's feet, and said, Sir, you are my teacher. I am your disciple. You are my teacher. I am your disciple. The 120,000 Brahmin householders from Magda thought, so Uruvela Kasapa is practicing the spiritual life under the great ascetic. Reading their minds, the Buddha gave them a progressive talk on generosity, morality, and the heaven, on the downside, degradation and defilement of worldly pleasures. Then he revealed the benefits of renunciation. When the Buddha knew that their minds were ready, supple, without hindrances, joyful, and confident, he revealed teaching unique to the Buddhas. Suffering, its origin, its end, and the path. And just as a clean and stainless cloth absorbs dye properly, so too while they were sitting right there, 110,000 of those Brahmin householders headed by Bimsara experienced the stainless vision of the truth. Anything that has beginning has an end. The remaining 10,000 declared themselves as lay followers. I think यहाँ से हम वाली
जी एक मिनट.
So basically again here you can see कि जो सुनने वाले थे वो they must be quite advanced कि केवल उस टीचिंग के माध्यम से उनको वो ब्रेक थ्रू मिला, स्ट्रीम एंट्री का ब्रेक थ्रू. एंड दीज आर ऑल ले पीपल इंटरेस्टिंगली.
Okay.
एंड भंते जी, ये जो बाद में उर्मिला कश्यप ने बोला वो कितना ब्यूटीफुली सप्लीमेंट करता है आदित्य
Exactly.
पर्याय सूत्र को.
Yeah, बिल्कुल.
Yeah.
Yeah. इनफैक्ट जो सारा वो जो एक सारा ट्रेडिशन है कि हम कोई भौतिक मटेरियल गेन्स हासिल करें, है ना, यज्ञ सैक्रिफाइस वगैरह से, इट इज़ बेसिकली कॉलिंग दैट आउट. वो ऐसा नहीं कह रहे कि ऐसा नहीं होता है, वो कह रहे हैं लेकिन उससे क्या लाभ होगा, दैट इज द इशू.
एंड भंते जी, इस लाइन को जरा थोड़ा सा देखिए. द स्टेन ऑफ ओनरशिप, दैट्स अ वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग लाइन, राइट?
हाँ, ये तो वही बात है ना, that ये मेरा है, दैट इज द फंडामेंटल ओनरशिप ना.
Malanti Ubdhisu Yatva, knowing the stain of ownership, they found no delight in worship and sacrifice. हमारे वेदांत में भी वही बोलते हैं ना कि there is a line I remember, sorry I forgot. तो ओनरशिप सर ने भी बोला था उस लाइन को, तत् भुंजेत तत्र भुंजेत भुंजीता, ऐसे करके था. तो जो भी है वो उसको त्याग के भाव से ही भोगना चाहिए, ओनरशिप नहीं रखना चाहिए.
I think Dharsab is there. We can check this line. Dharsab, if you are you able to maybe participate briefly if we ask you something?
हाँ हाँ सर, याद है. ईसावाद से मिदम सर्वम में सर ने एक बार लाइन बोली थी. ईसावाद से मिदम सर्वम यत् किंचित जगत्याम जगत तत्.
जी बोलिए. या
सर
So
ये लाइन आपने एक बार बहुत पहले बोली है, ऐसे 2-3 साल पहले. त्याग के भाव से भोग करना, वो संस्कृत की लाइन में भूल रहा हूँ.
जी जी जी.
कैन यू
तेन
रिमाइंड मी?
तेन त्यक्तेन भुंजीता.
हाँ हाँ, करेक्ट. तेन त्यक्तेन.
Dharsab,
दैट इज
here
द
it
मीनिंग.
यहाँ पे वो बात नहीं है. ही इज नॉट
ओ,
टॉकिंग ऑफ एंजॉयमेंट, ही इज टॉकिंग ऑफ उपधीसु. उपधि का, अगर उपधि रहे, इफ यू टेक इट एज ए पर्सनल एसेट और इफ यू टेक इट एज ए उपाधि, आई मीन अप्रोक्सीमेटली, तो उसका मल है. दैट इज ए डिफाइलमेंट. उपधिसु न्यात्वा मलंती. मल जो है, उपधि में जो मल है उसको जानकर मैंने इन यज्ञ इत्यादि में त्याग, जो सुख था वो छोड़ दिया.
so in that sense, Dharsab, he is really not denying the possibility of upadhis via yajna, etc., but
या
he's seeing the shortcoming of it, isn't it?
जी 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 जी.
In a sense, it speaks very highly for even for Uruvel Kashyap's own sort of,
Yeah,
isn't it, Panya in
his
that sense.
understanding is
जी,
very,
जी.
very powerful. For a long period of time, he was gradually hammered by the Buddha about all his beliefs were shattered by different psychic powers. हर बार उसको अपने पे डाउट रहता था, बट वो फिर भी कहता था, yet he is not a perfected one, which actually shows that he has a doubt about himself. At every instance he says, yeah, he's powerful, this, but he's not a perfected one like me. That statement actually reveals his lack of confidence. तो धीरे धीरे shatter होता चला गया. And finally Buddha told him directly, so he was ready to accept.
Shall I read now?
Yeah.
So we have to start from this, na? Athko Raja Magado.
बिसार जो अब कह रहे हैं after his
Hmm.
few mentions.
अथको राजा मागधो सेनियो बिंबसारो दिट्ठ धम्मो पत धम्मो विदित धम्मो परियो आढ़ धम्मो तिण विचिकिच्छो विगत कथं कथो वेसारज्य पतो अपरपच्चयो सत्तु शासने भगवंतंगे तदवोच उब्बे में भंते कुमारस्य सतो पञ्य पंच अस्सा सका अहे सुंगते में एतरहि समिद्धा उब्बे में भंते कुमारस्य सतो एतदहोसि अहो वतमं रज्ये अभिसिञ्चिन्निति अयंखो में भंते पठमो अस्सासको अहोसि सोमे एतरहि समिद्धो तस्य च मे विजितं अरहं सम्मा संबुद्धो ओक्कं मे याति अयंखो में भंते द्वितीयो अस्सासको अहोसि सोमे एतरहि समिद्धो तंचाहं भगवन्तं पैरोपासेयनति अयंखो में भंते ततियो अस्साको अहोसि सोमे एतरहि समिद्धो सोचये भगवो सोच में भगवा धम्मं देशयाति अयंखो में भंते चतुर्थो अस्साको अहोसि सोमे एतरहि समिद्धो तस्य चाहं भगवतो धम्मं आजनेति अयंखो में भंते पंचमो अस्सासुको अहोसि सोमे एतरहि समिद्धो तत्संचाहं भगवतो धम्मं आजानेनति अयंखो में भंते पच्चमो अस्साको अहोसि सोमे एतरहि समिद्धो उब्बे में भंते कुमारस्य सतो इमे पंच अस्साक अहेसुं ते मे एतरहि समिद्धा अभिक्कन्तं भंते से यथापि भंते निकुज्यतं वा उकुज्येय पटिच्छनं वा विवर्य मुहस्य वा मग्गं अचिक्षय अंधकारे वा तेलपज्योतं धारय्य चक्षुमन्तो रूपाणि दक्षन्ति एवमेवं भगवता अनेक पर्यायेन धम्मो प्रकाशितो एषाहं भन्ते भगवन्तं शरणं गच्छामि धम्मं च भिक्षुसङ्घं च उपासकं मं भगवा धारयतु अज्जत्तगे पाणुपेतं शरणं गतं आदिवासेतु च मे भन्ते भगवा स्वातनाय भक्तं सद्धिं भिक्षु संघेनाति अधिवासेसि भगवा तुहि भावेन अतको राजा मागधो सेनियो बिंबसारो भगवतो आदिवासनं विदित्वा उत्थाय भगवन्तं अभिवेदत्वा अधिक्षणं कत्वा पक्कामि।
निकल गए हैं फिर
King Bimsara had seen the truth and had reached, understood, and penetrated it. He had gone beyond doubt and uncertainty and had attained the confidence and had become independent of others and teachers' instructions. He then said to the Buddha, Sir, when I was prince, I had 5 wishes and they have now been fulfilled. When I was prince, I thought, oh, I wish they would anoint me as a king. That was the first wish which has now been fulfilled. May one who is perfected and fully awakened come to my kingdom. This was my second wish which has now been fulfilled. May I get to visit the Buddha. That was my third wish, which has now been fulfilled. May the Buddha give me a teaching. That was my fourth wish, which has now been fulfilled. May I understand the teachings of Buddha. This was my fifth wish, which has now been fulfilled. Wonderful, sir, wonderful. Just as one might see upright what had been overturned, or reveal what was hidden, or show the way to the one who was lost, or bring a lamp in the darkness so that one with eyes might see what's there. Just so the Buddha made the teachings clear in many ways. I go to the refuge to the Buddha, the teaching and the Sangha of monks. Please accept me as a lay follower who has gone for the refuge for life. And please accept tomorrow's meal from me together with Sangha of monks. The Buddha consented by remaining silent. Knowing the Buddha had consented, the king got up from his seat, bowed down, circumambulated the Buddha with his right side towards him, and left.
Okay. Okay, Rajinder ji. Now it's the last part. और इसके end में there'll be a sort of a rule that we will see formulated.
राजेंद्र जी आपकी आवाज
उसको
नहीं आ रही।
निखिल थोड़ा मार्क कर दो उसको कहाँ से शुरू करना है।
अरे अथ को राजा मागधो सेनियो बिंबसारो तस्सा रत्तिया अच्छेन पणितं खादनीयं भोजनीयं पटियादापत्वा भगवतो कालं आरोचापेसि द कालो भन्ते निठितं भत्तन्ते अथ को भगवा पुबणः समयं निवासित्वा पत्तचीवर मादाय राजगहं पावसी महता भिक्खुसंघेन सद्दिं भिक्खुसहस्रेण सब्बहेव पुराण जटिलेहि तेन खोपन समेयन सक्को देवानमिन्दो मानव कवणं अभिनमित्वा बुद्धमुखस्य भिकुसंगस्य पुरतो गच्छति इमा गाथायो गायमानो दन्तो दन्ते हि सह पुराण जटिले हि विप्पमुत्ते हि सिंगिनिक सवणो राजगहं पाविसे भगवा मुत्ते हि सह पुराण जटिले हि विप्पमुत्ते हि सिंगिनिक सवणो राजगहं पाविसी भगवा तिणे ही सह पुराण जटिले ही विप्पमुत्ते ही सिंगिनिक सवणो राजगहं पाविसी भगवा संते ही सह पुराण जटिले ही विप्पमुत्ते ही सिंगिनिक सवणो राजगहं पाविसी भगवा दस वासो दस बलो दस धम्म विदु दसभि चुपेतो सो दस सत परिवारो राजगहं पाविसी भगवाति मनुषा सक्कं देवान मिन्दं पश्यित्वा एव मांसु अभिरूपो बतायं मानवको दर्शनियो बतायं मानवको पासादिको बतायं मानवको कस्नुखो अयं मानवकोति एवं वुत्ते सक्को देवानमिन्दोते मनुष्ये गाथाय अज्जभासि यो धीरो सब्बधीदन्तो शुद्धो अपट्पुग्गलो अर्हंग सुगतो लोके तत्साहं परिचारकोति अथ को भगवायेन रण्यो मागधस्य सेनीयस्य बिम्बसारस्य निवेशनं उपसङ्कमित्वा पञ्यत्ते आसने निसिदी सिद्धं भिक्षुसङ्घेन अतको राजा मागधो सेनियो बिम्बसारो बुद्धप्रमुखं भिक्षुसङ्घं पणितेन खादनीयन् भोजनीयन् सत्था सन्तप्पेत्वा सम्पवारित्वा भगवन्तं बुद्धाविं ओनित्पत्तपाणिं एकमन्तं निसिधि एकमन्तं निसन्नस्य खोरन्यो मागधस्य सेनीयस्य बिम्बसारस्य एतदहोसि कथनुको भगवा विहेर्य यंगस्य गामतो नेव अतिदूरे न अच्छासने गमनागमन संपन्नं अतिक्कानं मनुस्सानं अभिक्कमनियं दिवा अप्पाकिणं रत्तिं अपसद्धं अपनिघोषं विजनवातं मनुस्राह सेयकं पटिसल्लनासारुणपत्ति अतिकोरण्यो मागधस्य सेनीयस्य बिम्बसारस्य एतदहोसि इदं को अमहाकं वेणुवनं उय्यानं गामतो नेव अतिदूरे न अच्छासने गमनागमनसम्पन्नं अत्तिकानं मनुस्सानं अभिक्कमनीयं दिवा अप्पाकिणं रत्तिङ्गप्पसद्धं अपनिग्घोषं विजनवातं मनुस्सारहासेयकं पटिसल्लानुसारुपं यन्नुनाहं वेणुवनं उय्यानं बुद्धप्पमुखस्य भिक्षुसङ्घस्य ददेयनति अतको राजा मागधो सेनियो बिम्बसारो सौवर्णमयं भिङ्कारं गहित्वा भगवतो ओणो जेसे एतां भन्ते वेणुवनं उय्यानं बुद्धप्रमुखस्य भिक्षुसङ्घस्य दम्मिति पटिग्रहेसि भगवा आरामं अतको भगवा राजानं मागधं सेनियं बिम्बसारं दम्मिया कथाय सन्दस्येत्वा समादित्पित्वा समुत्तेजेत्वा सम्पहंगसेत्वा उत्थायासनापक्कामि अतको भगवा एतस्मिन् निदाने एतस्मिन् प्रकरणे धम्मिं कथं कत्वा भिक्षु आमन्तेसि अनुजानामि भिक्खवे आरामन्ति बिम्बिसारस्य गमकथा निठिता.
The following morning, King Bimsara had various kinds of fine foods prepared. He then had the Buddha informed that the meal was ready. The Buddha took up his bowl and robe, and together with large sangha of 1,000 monks and all previously dreadlocked ascetics, he entered Rajgaha. Just then, Sakka, the ruler of gods, had transformed himself into a young Brahmin. He walked in front of the Sangha of monks headed by Buddha, chanting these verses: The tamed one with the tamed ones, previously dreadlocked, the liberated one with the liberated ones, golden in color, the Buddha entered Rajgaha. The freed one with the freed ones, previously dreadlocked, liberated one with the liberated ones, golden in color, the Buddha entered Rajgaha. The one crossed over with the one crossed over, previously dreadlocked, the liberated one with the liberated ones, golden in color, the Buddha entered Rajgaha. The peaceful one with the peaceful ones, previously dreadlocked, the liberated one with the liberated ones, the golden in color, the Buddha entered Rajgaha. He has 10 abidings and 10 powers. He knows the 10 truth and has 10 qualities. With the following of 10 times 100, the Buddha entered Rajgaha. People saw Sakka and they said, This young Brahmin is handsome and graceful. Who is he? Sakka replied to them in the verse, unwavering and tamed in all respects, purified, perfected, and without equal, the one in the world who is happy, I am his servant. The Buddha then went to the king Bimsara's house, where he sat down on prepared seat together with Sangha of monks. The king personally served various kinds of fine foods to the Sangha of monks headed by the Buddha. When the Buddha had finished his meal, the king sat down to one side and he thought, where will the Buddha stay? Then that's neither too far from habitation nor too close, that has good access roads and is easily accessible for people who seek him, that has few people during the day and is quiet at night, that's free from chatter and offers solitude, a private resting suitable for seclusion. And it occurred to him, my bamboo grove park has all these qualities. Why don't I give it to Sangha of monks headed by the Buddha? The king then took hold of golden ceremonial vessel and dedicated the park to the Buddha, saying, I give this park, the bamboo grove, to the Sangha of monks headed by the Buddha. The Buddha accepted the park. After instructing, inspiring, and gladdening the king with teaching, he got up from his seat and left. Soon afterwards, the Buddha gave the teaching and addressed the monk, I allow monasteries. The account of the meeting with Bimsara is finished.
So you can see that at this, until this point, basically, जो भिक्षु थे जितने भी थे, they would continuously move around. कोई monastery का concept नहीं था. Monastery का concept यहाँ से introduce होता है. And ये in fact ये जगह पे अभी पूनम and everybody else has been to it. So it's very auspicious कि हम इसको इसी समय पढ़ रहे हैं जब हमारे group members वहाँ से लौटे हैं. हम ये भी देख सकते हैं कि आइडियल मोनेस्ट्री की इसमें कुछ वो बताई गई हैं ना, कंडीशंस बताई गई हैं, बहुत दूर भी ना हो, बहुत पास भी ना हो, वगैरह वगैरह. इट ऑल गिव्स अस सम इंसाइट इनटू हाउ दीज कॉन्सेप्ट्स डेवलप, जो कि हम अब इतने सालों बाद अभी भी यूज कर रहे हैं.
अच्छा दीपक सूर्य जी, आपने हैंड रेस किया है.
हाँ जी, ये ना पत्ते जी, ये इसमें जो सका ने बुद्धा का डिस्क्रिप्शन दिया है 10 क्वालिटीज एंड ऑल दैट, अगर आप मतलब ये थोड़ा सा नया सा लग रहा है कुछ, could you kindly elaborate on that?
I'm not sure what the 10 and 10 is, and maybe we can invite धर साहब to tell us कि वो 10 और 10 किस लिस्ट की बात कर रहे हैं, क्योंकि हमारे पास बहुत सारी लिस्ट्स हैं, but what is being referred to by Sak, I'm not sure. धर साहब, are you still with us? Can you still hear us? ये 10 and 10 की क्या बात है?
I can't say. There are so many qualities, as you rightly said. So which 10 is he referring to? I don't. Maybe in commentary something is mentioned.
Okay. Thank you.
उसमें भी परिक्रमा में भी बोलते हैं ना, सब 10 बलु पेता, जब हम आटानाटी परिक्रमा करते हैं.
There are 10 powers. Yeah, so maybe they are referred to them. So there are usually various kinds of psychic powers, and including the power to teach. So it's a matter of you can find so many lists. Even Itipiso Bhagava is also a list of qualities of the Buddha. So you can see that.
तो
I had this curiosity. You see, Sak subordinating himself to the Buddha. How do you how should we read that?
This is obviously the way, I mean, assuming the cosmology is the way it has been presented, then it's quite natural that it will be in that manner. In other tradition, there may be something else, isn't it? In the other traditions, we find Indra always being wary of people becoming too pure or ascetics, और ऋषि जैसे उनको उस परंपरा में कहा जाता है, तो कोई ऋषि अगर ज्यादा साधना करता है तो इंद्र को घबराहट होने लगती है. These are the kind of things. So obviously, if somebody is a perfected one, then even in considering other features of others' traditions, something similar would emerge. Because the concept of a fully enlightened one and interacting with the devas is not existing in our other Indic traditions. इसलिए उसके बारे में we can only follow the Buddhist enunciation of qualities and permanence of the various lower class, permanence of attuned existence. There is some ambiguity about that in the other traditions, so very difficult to really say any conclusive statement on that.
Yeah, okay, I see.
दीपक सूर्य जी, आप अभी भी कुछ पूछना चाह रहे हैं? काइंडली अनम्यूट.
In one of the earlier episodes, even Brahma Sampati came and sought teachings from Buddha. The highest of all beings seeking teachings of Buddha was really eye-opening. So we cannot fathom the qualities of Buddha in our limited perception. That's what I want to say.
Of course.
We can't fathom his qualities.
So, if there is no further query, we can request Bhante ji for closing statements. और आज शाम को 8 बजे से जो सत्र होगा उसमें हम YouTube में लाइव नहीं करेंगे, केवल Zoom में ही रहेगा वो. और 7 से 8 बजे तक हम अपनी साधना करेंगे जो हमारी सामान्यता हम डेली करते हैं. So that will be the procedure for the evening. So,
Yeah.
Bhante
So
ji,
basically
closing
आज
statements.
शाम का सेशन एक्चुअली 2 घंटे का हो जाएगा.
Yes,
7 से
yes,
9 का होगा बेसिकली.
yes.
That's the main thing.
Right.
और केवल इसी मीडियम पे होगा, केवल Zoom पर होगा. Okay, so we can all rejoice in our good fortune of being able to read and study ये सारे जो inspiring और instructive episodes हैं from the life of the Buddha, and especially how all of these things develop जो कि हम आज जिनसे engage कर रहे हैं, use कर रहे हैं, जिसके हम part हैं. So personally it's very inspiring for me, and हम सब इससे अपनी कंटिन्यूड स्ट्राइविंग के लिए, कंटिन्यूड साधना के लिए इंस्पिरेशन लें, एनर्जी लें, प्रोत्साहन लें. मे दैट बी द आउटकम ऑफ दिस मॉर्निंग्स सेशन, एंड हम सब इस तरह से मिलते रहें, इस तरह से हमें कंटिन्यूड फ्यूल मिलता रहे अपनी जर्नी के लिए. भवतु सर्वमङ्गलं रक्षन्तु सर्वदेवता सर्वबुद्धानुभावेन सदा सुखी भवन्तु ते भवतु सर्वमङ्गलं रक्षन्तु सर्वदेवता सर्वधर्मानुभावेन सदा सुखी भवन्तु ते भवतु सर्वमङ्गलं रक्षन्तु सर्वदेवता सर्वसङ्घानुभावेन सदा सुखी भवन्तु ते। अरहं सम्मा सम्बुद्धो भगवा बुद्धं भगवन्तं अभिवादेमि। स्वाक्षातो भगवता धम्मो धम्मं नमस्सामि। सुपटिपन्नो भगवतो सावकसङ्घो सङ्घं नमामि।
Thank you, Bhante Ji, for your blessing. Let's pay our respect to Bhante Ji. Pratham Pranam. Dutiya Pranam. Tatiya Pranam. Thank you, everyone. Have a nice Sunday.
We can also celebrate Poonam, etc. have just been there, so that itself is.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Namaskar.
Thank you.